what's up you guys, this is Rob from The Gay Guy Plays, and today on the hit list, we continue a channel tradition and target the top 5 things I am most thankful for in-game. So as some of you may or may not know, today, or the day that I upload this, is Thanksgiving here in the United States. So I figured why not be seasonally appropriate and share a few of the things I absolutely couldn't go without. Now, if you all missed last year's edition, this isn't where I reserve the last spot for getting all soft talking about subscribers and all of the amazing support you've shown. As you all know, I like things nice and hard, so we'll save that bit for later. This specific hit list covers my favorite features, changes, or upgrades that have been released this year, and loosened me up a bit for the holiday programming to come. It's kinda like the butt plug of holiday videos. With that said, let's get to scratching off targets. So at number 5 on my list is the Sahasa Kubro. Now, while I love the additional utility of many other companions, I just find that the Sahasa is the perfect fit for me, grabbing me ammo, credits, or just the right kind of balls. Taking Lyndon out with me is like bringing an adorable puppy to a dog park in a gay neighborhood. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but he's gonna get me something good. Whether it's a phone number, a coffee date, or balls. I'm guaranteed to walk away happy. Plus, he's good at strangling any man I'm in no mood to deal with, so all in all, the Sahasa is a winner in my book. Next, at number 4 on the list, are the changes to the way arcanes are applied. From the new user interface in the Foundry to the distillers available from the syndicates, I can now swap arcanes around much easier without build times or rush costs. I can see what they do and what they're currently equipped on, and it just saves me one big headache. It's kind of like always knowing where my keys, wallet, and cell phone are, because sometimes when you're out trying to score a quickie, you need your keys and you need them fast. And also probably a breath mint and some chapstick. Number 3 on the list are the recent PBR reworks and skin changes. Legitimately, I have been begging and pleading for so long for the metallics on primes to be tintable, and while we haven't had every single prime converted, it's slowly but surely happening. In addition, we are now able to apply skins that only used to work on classic frames onto their prime counterparts. And especially with the recent release of premium skins, it's nice to be able to be dressed up and effective. Because honestly, having a bangin' body is nice, but to be frank, no one really wants to bang a butterface. Sure, it gets the job done, but it's definitely not pretty to look at. I mean, who wants to have that kind of mess staring back at them during the final climax? Sitting at number 2 is our increased ability to playtest via the View Stats option in the Abilities panel and the Simulacrum. Can I just tell you, if you are not using these two features to work out the kinks in your builds, you need to start. This is the most transparent way to understand how your final build will affect gameplay. Honestly, this is kinda like Grindr for Warframe. Literally, you can punch in the stats for the build you want, whether you like them big and beefy, or if you prefer someone who's efficient with his tricks. Then once you've got it all set up, you can just saunter down to the local relay and do a bit of hardcore playtesting. Almost all of the information is there at your fingers, so you can decide exactly how you're gonna get down and dirty. Now, last but definitely not least, our number 1 spot goes to scaling reworks. Now, this started all the way back in June when they revisited Excalibur, and while it was a bit rocky at first, I can't even tell you how much annotating I had to do in those damn playtest videos. The dev team was able to work out the kinks and come up with a system that not only worked for him, but had after effects on frames like Atlas and Valkyr. It's kinda like the dev team learned a new sex trick and was like, shit, who else can we use this on? And with that kind of inspiration, they reached into the fridge and pulled out the sex toys for our boy Frost and went all kinds of 50 Shades of Grey with Saren, both resulting in frames who could now stand up to late game missions without their effectiveness dropping off. This doesn't even cover all of the tweaks to game mechanics like attack speed increasing animation of finishers and duration adding a bonus effect to energy efficiency on toggled abilities. Combine this with some experimental play in the game mechanics like Equinox's Mend and Maim, and Warframe definitely has a bright future when it comes to scaling. Now, admittedly, things still aren't perfect, but the direction that we're moving in is definitely the right one. Now, as always, I never sound very holiday-esque when I go over this kind of stuff. However, let's do a bit of a recap. At number 5, the Sahasa Kubro reminds us to be thankful for all of the little surprises that help you along the way. Think about the friends who happen to call you right when you need to pick me up, or discovering that your Starbucks gift card happens to have just enough for that soy chai latte you've been craving. Sometimes, it's the little things that keep you going through the rough patches and push you just enough till you get to a better place. At number 4, the updates to Arcanes remind us to be thankful for all of the things that keep us organized even when we're not. Because let's face it, when you're busy getting drilled into oblivion, sometimes that low tire pressure alert on your dashboard or the miraculous alert on your cell phone reminding you about the conference call in the morning can be a complete lifesaver. At number 3, the PBR and skin changes remind you to be thankful for the new, but still embrace the classics. As much as I love Loki Prime, that Swindler helm just looks too damn sexy on the classic model to give it up. And let's face it, while Andrew Garfield looked damn good in that Spider-Man suit, if Chris Evans wants to bang, you best believe I will be standing at attention for Captain America. At number 2, the upgrades to playtesting remind us to be thankful that sometimes we can just get what we want when we want it. Be thankful for the resources you have at hand, whether it's disgustingly delicious fast food, a new Netflix series you can binge watch from beginning to end, or Pornhub. Now, if you didn't know that's where I was going to end up, then shame on you. Regardless, there are places on this earth where resources are extremely limited, and sometimes we spend so much time focusing on what we don't have that we're not grateful for the things that we do. And at number 1, scaling reworks remind us to be thankful for change. And while change can sometimes be rough and tumultuous, it can clear new paths and open up amazing, previously unimaginable opportunities for the future. While it's easy to stay in the same place and keep doing the same things, that comfort can lead to stagnation. And honestly, no one wants a nation run by stags. They can barely type, and I sincerely doubt they give good speeches. So while it's hard to let go of old habits, crutches are only meant to be used until you're healthy enough to manage the walk on your own. So when change does come, as it always does, drop the dead weight and find your stride, because the future is coming fast, and we've got to keep up. So thank you, every single one of you, old timers, new subs, the Twitch kids and the patrons. You don't understand how much your support means to me, especially since about half of you can't stand my dick jokes but still tune in because you like the content, while the other half of you couldn't care about stats and figures but want me to ram as much D into these scripts as possible. While I can't be everything to everyone, thank you for embracing me, whether I'm running amok in the comments or mispronouncing half of the script. Sincerely, thank you for just being here. Now, if you haven't already caught it, be sure to check out last year's edition of the Thanksgiving Hit List, as well as my rundown on the Monkey Man himself, Wukong. So don't forget to do all the things that I asked you to do at the end of every one of these, and as always, stay tuned because No to Weho is coming soon, here at A Gay Guy Plays.